Why does the world have an epidemic at a gap of 100 years? Why year 20 causes epidemic for the world? Friends, the whole world is struggling with corona today. Scientists from all over the world are engaged in finding the corona vaccine, but success is not yet today. We have not been able to find a treatment for corona in the shadow of such advanced technology. So think what would have happened because of a virus, any epidemic. Pick up the history of the world and see, in which you will find many such incidents due to which millions of people had gone to death. But now, what we are going to tell you, you can call it a coincidence only. Why an epidemic returns every 100 years? The whole world suffers from a new disease every 100 years. The way the whole world is under the grip of corona today, every 100 years humans have to find a new epidemic drug. This has not happened once but has been happening for the last 400 years. From 400 consecutive years, the epidemic causes havoc in the world. However, one thing has been common in this. There has been a figure of 20 in every century, like this time 2020 figure. In the same way, the epidemic has spread in 1720, 1820, 1920 also. Let's know that how many people have lost their lives from these epidemics. And yes friends, if you have not subscribed to our channel yet, then subscribe to the channel and also press the bell icon so that you can get notification of every upcoming video. Plague epidemic in the year 1720. Let's start. About the first epidemic spread in the world. The year 1720, when the plague had spread all over the world. It is also known as the Great Plague of Marseille. Marseille is a city in France. At that time, there was not so much population in the world. Still, you can guess by knowing this that 1 lakh people had died due to plague in Marseille. As soon as the plague spread, 50,000 people died in a few months. The remaining 50,000 people died in next 2 years. And after a few years, the disease had spread to the interior of China. This disease reached India only from China. And this disease created more fury in India than China. In India, this disease infected a large number of people. Michel Serre has tried to show in his painting how many people were killed by the plague. Cholera epidemic in the year 1820, exactly 100 years after 1720. In 1820, the cholera epidemic created a furor in the world. This epidemic had engulfed Japan, India, Gulf countries, Bangkok, Java, Bhutan, China, Mauritius, all of these countries. 1 lakh people had died due to cholera in Java. The highest deaths from this disease have Thailand, Philippines and Indonesia. A large number of people were killed in this epidemic. Spanish flu attack in the year 1920, exactly 100 years after cholera disease. A new disease created furor. Although this spread was from 1918, but the most impact was seen in 1920 when the First World War started. Then the Spanish flu also started showing its effect. The number of people killed in the First World War, more than that people had died in this disease. Due to this flu, 50 million people were died all over the world. This epidemic had killed about 20 million people in India. Now corona epidemic in the year 2020. People are horrified to hear the name of corona. This disease started in Wuhan city of China, and now this disease has spread throughout the world. Today millions of people have been infected with this disease and thousands of people have been killed by it. Scientists are engaged in making vaccines day and night. But till date, success has not come. There is a lockdown in the world today. Getting out of the houses is difficult. For the first time in history, people are not getting out of their houses. Why does this epidemic occur every 100 years? And what is the figure of 20? And even the scientist could not prove it. But in case of epidemic, this year of 20 figures is considered a mystery.